There we go. Can you talk now?
Good morning to all of you. Welcome to church this morning. Again, you want to ring the bell?
So do I start?
So welcome this morning. We're going to have a very
Are we streaming
conversation this morning, so it will not be too long either. So we'll be having a good time. Good morning to you all, and welcome to Metro East Unitarian Universalist Congregation, formerly known as First Unitarian in Alta. Greetings to all of you also who are watching remotely online. I am John Herndon, and my pronouns are he, him. The Metro East Unitarian Universalist Congregation is a small congregation currently situated in Alton, Illinois, spiritually led by the Reverend Dr. Claudia Hall. We take time to remember those who come before us. Our ancestors are many, and their collective memories guide and direct us through all of our days. We are conscious that the land that we occupy is shared. The universe has granted us a perfect place to grow our food, give us shelter, and to give us space for spiritual practice. To that end, we are conscious that we must protect the land that we borrow so that generations to come can grow and thrive in harmony and love the universe that is. We also recognize that the land is stolen and occupied from the Persian people, the Europeans called the Lanawik, but who call themselves Enoka. Others have come to invade and seize, while others who live in harmony and share our land is baptized in the blood, sweat, and a river of tears from enslaved Africans who were forced from their home and the home of their ancestors to become chattel property here in this land. May our spiritual practice recognize those relationships as we strive to live in harmony with our past, our present, and be forever conscious of the future that we create. We are a spiritual people, a people of faith, and a people of love. We are so glad you are here, whether in the sanctuary or online, and I welcome everyone to this home of comfort, spirit, justice, and hope. We are Unitarian Universalists. We open the service this morning with our prelude by our accompanist, Joy Wright.
Shouldn't be sliding to the pulpit.
Yes, but the cameras aren't working right now. That's just on here. I don't. It's not this. That's probably none of that. It's just the computer's not. But then.
An important ritual in the Unitarian Universalist faith is the lighting of our chalice. Unitarian Universalists have many different interpretations of the flaming chalice, including the light of reason, the warmth of community, and the flame of hope. Join me in celebrating all of these reasons and more. If you are watching elsewhere and have a chalice or candle, please light it down as we all join in saying the unison words projected on the screen. We hallow this time together by enkindling the lamp of our heart. Our opening prayer this morning is "We Will Be Renewed" by Pat Uribe. We come together with our tired minds and bodies, with our confusion and questions, our uncertainties and our fears. We come together with our hopes, with our pasts and our ideas, our passions, and our faith. We come together bringing all of who we are, trusting that in gathering we will be renewed, and that together we can create the world of all.
Now slides and pulpit.
Let us sing number hymn 113 in our Singing the Living Tradition grade books. Where is our holy church? Number 113. Please stand for Today's message resounds with all of our UU principles, but especially number 3, which is acceptance of one another and encouragement to spiritual growth in our congregations. Our story for all ages today is entitled Homer's Wings by Caitlin Cotter Coedler. This is a story about change, and it's kind of cliche to say, but this involves a butterfly, which is always a good thing to change. I don't know that it happened this way, but I do know that it's true that long ago and far away, or more likely recently and quite nearby, high up in the mountains on a black cherry tree, an egg was laid in the leaf. And in the light of the full moon, out of that egg hatched a little brownish caterpillar with the white markings that would look to any bird who might chance by, perhaps like bird droppings. The caterpillar's name was Homer. Homer looked around in surprise and wondered to find himself alive in the world. Better eat your egg casing, little friend, said a black and spiky caterpillar nearby. Homer did just that and turned to look at his new friend. Welcome to the world, said the other caterpillar, whose name was Alex. It's delicious here. Try some of this leaf. Together, these two caterpillars munched on leaves that spring through rain and sun, sunrises and sunsets. They laughed together at the antics of baby birds and hid together under leaves that black spiky caterpillar had collected, so the parent birds could not catch them. Alex taught Homer all he needed to know about life on the leaf, how to stay safe, how to munch, how to enjoy the feeling of the wind stirring the tree and the sun slowly warming the mountains each morning. Together they gazed each night up to the beautiful moon. But one day, the black spiky caterpillar started something totally new and different. What are you doing? Asked Homer, as Alex carefully put down the silk on the underside of his twig in his newest collection of leaves and began turning upside down. Making a chrysalis, said Alex. What? You'll see, and over the next couple days, the sheltered leaves, the spiky black caterpillar shifted and shed its skin. It became a strange, lumpy brown thing hanging there, not making any conversation. What could this mean? For a week, Homer munched quietly by himself, watching the strange brown hanging thing that used to be his friend. wondering and worrying as the strange, lumpy brown thing shifted in color and size and pattern. Then one day, out of the strange, lumpy brown chrysalis pushed an even stranger new creature. Homer watched as this new creature pumped blood into its black and white and bright orange wings, and unfurled them, a strange new mouth. What? Cried Homer. Who? The new creature turned to look at him. Oh, little friend, it said, it's me. It's still me, Alex. The one you laughed and hid in munched leaves and watched the moon with. But now I'm a butterfly, an admiral butterfly to be specific, Alex, probably. But you changed, cried Homer. You were as constant as the moon, and now you have changed. Alex smiled gently. Oh, friend, we're supposed to change. Why, even the moon is different night to night. Sometimes we'll see all of it, sometimes only a sliver, sometimes we can't see it at all. But I don't want to change, lamented Homer, scared and sad. Change is who we are, said the butterfly who was Alex. And now our friendship must change too. I must fly away in search of flowers and other butterflies, and eventually I will fly south to stay warm in the winter. You must continue to eat and grow and stay safe from the birds, but you will change too. Just remember, you are loved, and whatever your body does, you are a beautiful friend, and I'm glad to know you. And with that, Alex took to the sky. All that summer, Homer, the little brown caterpillar, ate and grew and hid and watched the moon, which did indeed look different on each night. Homer became a bigger brown caterpillar. His white splotch turned into two little eye shapes, so he looked like a fearsome little snake. No birds ate him. Day by day, the seasons moved towards autumn. Finally, Homer found his own safe spot to hang upside down and shifted into a chrysalis. This was scary, but Homer remembered what his friend said, and was brave. All winter, the chrysalis hung there safe and still. In the spring, Homer felt himself stir, felt his new body shift once again, and wiggled free to find himself with a new mouth and different shape and wings. Wings that were yellow and black and blue and orange and glorious. Oh my, said Homer, the Appalachian tiger swallowed him, gazing at himself in wonder and delight, and then he took off into the sky, up towards the bright moon, bold as a bird, up the broad sweep of spruce. As part of our weekly worship service, we take time for the expression of joys, concerns, or sorrows. In front of us here is a bowl filled with water and stones available to place in the bowl, representing your joys and concerns. Please start on the right and proceed to the left. Take a moment to stop and reflect. Send your energy out to the universe and place your stone or stones in the water.
When you're done, go to the YouTube thing on the website and then stream.
Okay.
And if you can't, you can hack that from that screen over to there. If you can't, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
You can always
Huh?
just if you can't do that, that's fine. Just close down.
Right.
Just make sure you're hidden. And stop streaming there as well.
Our reading this morning is entitled How to Love a Church. It's written by Amy G.S.A. Brooks. Wash your cup after coffee hour. Greet a guest, join the choir. Teach the children, agree to serve on a committee. Bring your talents, bring your energy, bring your enthusiasm, put your money in the plate, show up for services, show up. Show up not because the doors are open, but because the invitation is open. To bring your whole self, to bring the gathering of selves, and dare to be challenged. Informed, inspired, to be the one who challenges. Informed, inspires. To be the present that only you can bring to the beloved community. The tradition of the spirit of love. And love. Do the hard stuff. Stay in the room with the crying baby, with the adult who glares at the crying baby, with that person who gets on your last nerve. Love the whole congregation. Stay in the conversation even when you disagree, especially when you disagree. Stay because you disagree. And leave because love can mean knowing when to wipe the dust and go and when to say no. And know within yourself when you've been wrong, when being strong feels like more like bending, like picking up threads and mending, like finding new instead of ending, and tending things you find surprising. And find to your surprise all the ways to love a church are all the same as all the ways to love yourself. Greet a guest and show up. Be ready for the glow up. You might even need to grow up. Proclaim your no and sew up. And wash your own hand. It's always a challenge coming up with a message for Sunday. Sometimes the ideas come easily, sometimes not so easily. This one I was thinking about our current situation and our wondering as pilgrims we are. And I thought of that quote, one of my most favorite movie of all time, is actually 3 movies, the Lord of the Rings trilogies. I thought of the one scene in there where Gandalf says, I think in the movie, Gandalf says to Frodo, all those who wander are not lost. But I think in the book, actually, I was trying to find the movie, the quote in the movie, or on a clip, but I couldn't find it. But actually, it's when you look at the books, it's a quote from The Fellowship of the Ring, specifically a poem in The Fellowship of the Ring called The Riddle of Strider. And a little bit of it goes, all that is gold does not glitter, an allusion to Shakespeare. Not all those who wander are lost. When I say wonder, it's W-A-N-D-E-R. Maybe another message, another Sunday will be how Unitarians wonder, and that's W-O-N-D-E-R. For today, it's wonder. Not all those who wander are lost. The old that is strong does not wither. Deep roots are not reached by the frost. Those of you who are Tolkien or Lord of the Rings fans remember that Strider is actually Aragorn, the rightful king of Gondor. Not to get lost in the details, but Strider or Aragorn knows that his destiny, he knows what his destiny is, yet he wanders the countryside as a ranger, not settling and putting down roots. He knows that he will eventually be called to do what he must do, but he fears that he is too weak to accomplish his destiny. Presumably, he wonders to think and to meditate to gather strength and knowledge. If we think back to some of our Judeo-Christian roots, which includes most of us, so there may be a few of us who are lucky that did not endure that suffering, so to speak. Like Joey, I think you grew up in this church, so you're one of the lucky ones. There are many examples of wandering, like Moses and the Israelites. Jesus of Nazareth wandered for 30 years of his life. There's even a legend that Jesus came to England, brought by his uncle Joseph of Arimathea. There's actually an English hymn called Jerusalem, which is the unofficial English national anthem. It's partly based on a poem by William Blake. But as it turns out, the Jesus legend originated after Blake's death, probably in the 1890s. It's an example of Anglo-arrogance. Every major religious tradition has countless stories of wandering. It is said that the Buddha wandered for 6 years in search of the answers to the question, why is there suffering? So what does all that have to do with this church? We find ourselves now as wanderers. Difficult decisions have been made, but have been made with intention. Homework has been painstakingly done. Decisions have been made using the democratic process. We still find ourselves in a difficult journey. Plans are not always linear from point A to point B. In fact, let me use a metaphor since we're Unitarian Universalists, I'm going to use a metaphor for quantum physics, because I can, and that's what we like to do. So, classical physics helps us to describe how objects behave and how they behave while they're in motion. And I'm going to use this as kind of a thought experiment. I thought about adding this projector, but I wanted to make it more of a thought experiment here. So, while quantum physics helps us to describe the behavior of particles that are so small, their existence is only appreciated by how they interact with each other. So, I want you to imagine a line, a black line that goes from point A to point B. And that's an illustration of how an object or a particle maybe moves across the continuum from point A to point B. But before the ink is dry, when you make that line, smear that line so it makes a nice long smear. This is how quantum physics represents the movement along. So if you have a straight line, but you have all this width to it, the particle may be here, maybe there, maybe here, it's all over the place, all along that continuum. So we cannot predict exactly where that is. So the analogy is that we are the smear. Now think about how all of us came to this place and how each of us experience religion and spirituality. For some of us, it has been a straight line. Maybe you grew up here, maybe you grew up in a strict dogmatic tradition that believed only in straight lines. You profess A, and you can get to point B, but you must believe in A in order to get to point B. And B is only for those who are faithful to A. Those who are not faithful to A end up in A-. And those quantum fluctuations that exist, compose the smear, are discouraged, and promote fear and distrust. For Unitarian Universalists, we revel in the life of the quantum fluctuation. We love being the smear. And in fact, to many of us, A now proceeds to Z and beyond. We wander along a continuum in our spirituality and our religious experience. Now, let me indulge me into another physics metaphor a little bit here, too. So many of the quantum interactions that we study experimentally are done in enormous devices known as accelerators. There's one in the Chicago area, there's one, and we all know, heard about it in Switzerland, called CERN, where particles are flying around in a large circle, and they fly around and race around this circle, but sometimes they're brought together into collision with each other. And that interaction has been studied and shown how the particles interact, and that's where the smear comes into. This is the smear. Here in this space, we have been circling the religious continuum that we have built over many, many generations. Sometimes collisions occur. Changes are tracked and studied, but we are smearing all over the place. But as we stick together in our circle of love and covenant, but as with particle accelerators, sometimes they lose funding, or the funding goes away, and the accelerator is turned off, so the circle stops, and the stream of particles stop. But if I can extend this metaphor more to us, to be this accelerator, it's not run out of funding. The particles are not stopping, we are not stopping in our circle, but now a new gate has been opened, and now our smear is streaming out into the community to find a new home. Sometimes our smear loses a particle here and there. Some may not trust or want to find less of a smear, more of a straight line. But our smear has stayed coherent, and we journey together into this unknown. The gate is open. The world is beautiful, and we are called to preserve the beauty and protect the beauty. Humanity is beautiful, and everyone deserves love and dignity, despite what society tells us. Our collective smear journeys out into the world, bringing light, bringing love, and a sense of community. Our smear is not closed. We welcome all who want to join. Who knows, maybe with our smear journeying to new places, we will draw more pilgrims, and we will learn and love together. We will find a home where we can circle together once again, but maybe it's temporary. Maybe another gate will open, and if it does, love will bind us together. And as long as we covenant with each other, our smear will be a long and living tune. In tuning from the riddle of Strider, from Tolkien, from the ashes of fire shall we be awakened. A light from the shadows shall spring. Now let's join together in singing hymn number 34, Though I May Speak with Bravest Fire. It's number 34 in the great hymn. Stewardship is both financial donation as well as volunteering your time and talent and your treasure. We continue to need support for worship, for coffee hour, ushering. If you can't write a check, please help our church survive and thrive by offering your time to help. Please give what you can, because all of your gifts are needed for this community to prosper. You may mail your financial gift to First Unitarian Church, Post Office Box 494, Alton, Illinois 62002, or you can use the electronic apps through GiveLiffey or PayPal links on the church's website. If you're willing to donate your time and talent, please contact a board member and let us know what you would like to do. Give what you will, and when you are able, for you are a generous people. Please join with me in the offering prayer. May this offering equip us
to inspire love and seek justice.
We have one announcement this morning. If you are planning to attend D. Evans' ordination at the Abraham Lincoln UU congregation in Springfield on Saturday, October 28th, and you have not yet sent in your RSVP, please sign the RSVP sheet that's in the workroom. It's on the back table back here. The Alta Church will be providing desserts. The cake will be ordered, but please sign up to bring cookies or fruit or some other kind of dessert if you are able. Any other announcements that you want to listen? I invite you to join me in reciting a prayer as I extinguish the chalice. The light of truth and meaning cannot be put out. We are the keepers of this flame until we meet again. For our closing words this morning, we will sing hymn number 128, For All That Is Our Life, number 128.
For all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. For all life is a gift which we are called to use, to build the common good, and make our own day glad. For needs which others serve, or services we give, work and its rewards, hours of rest and love, we come and praise and thank. For all that is our life. For sorrow we must bear, for failures, pain, and loss, for each new thing we learn, for fearful hours that pass, we come with praise and thanks. For all that is our life. For all that is our life, we sing our thanks and praise. All life is a gift which we are called to use, to build the common good, and make our own day glad.
Thank you everyone for coming today, and have a wonderful day and week.